Good evening, everyone out there. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of the show. Tonight, the title is Uninhibited. And before I get any further into that, just for everyone out there watching, be sure to say something in the chat, whichever platform you're on, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. That way I know you're here and I can put you in line for a reading. The first time there's no charge for readings, of course. Going forward after that, it's $100 to cover the entire month, and that's 3 shows per week, normally Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Now, on tonight's title, Christopher has some really excellent things to share with you. So, a quick thought, just that inhibitions sometimes in life can keep us from experiencing some of the best things out there. But they can also prevent us from extreme harm. So it's a careful balance that we all need to walk. So thanks for listening. Enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, great evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I light the incense for you to clear the energy and release all fear of expressing yourself clearly and freely. That's one of the most important things, is to be able to work on your expression and to know that it's valuable. So that's the great blessing I have for you tonight with this. Because the group card tonight is dealing with the sacral portal, which is the base chakra. So it's bright orange, red, it's creativity, inhibition, but it's also the intimacy. So intimacy, and you've heard this before, into me you see. The more we're able to see into others, or the more clearly we're able to see into others, is tantamount to how we see ourselves, what we think about ourselves, how we feel about ourselves. And the clearer we are with that, then how precious it is to be able to look at someone free of judgment and actually see who they actually are. And it's without sometimes saying a word. You're being able to look at somebody, see who they are, and without any verbal communication, they pick up and know that you see them for who they are, not their belief systems, not their anger, not their frustration, not their hurt, not their past, not their belief in wrongdoing or what they've done wrong. It's actually seeing them as a soul. And so that's really what this show is about, is to really be able to see yourself as this pure, unadulterated connection to God, to Source, however you want to call it. So that's one of the major benefits of tonight. And I wanted to let you know, I want to change things up just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. Before we were doing a show with whoever comes on first. But what I'd like to do tonight is I'd like to see what comes up. I'm going to just shuffle through the cards, see what comes up, and then see who that applies to the most, or who needs to hear that message first and foremost. So that's one of the things I'm going to let people know. I'm going to let people know that we're on. I just texted a couple of people. They wanted me to remind them. So I remembered to remind them that the show is on and they're new. So what I'll do, if you're just joining the show tonight for the first time, I see a couple of people. Maybe you've been on once or twice before. But what I'd like to do is I shuffle through the cards, and whatever card is the highest priority pops out. So sometimes you have to wait and wait, oh, and one falls out. So Tiffany, this card jumps out for you. It's the Chariot card. The Chariot is about movement, but movement forward. When I'm stuck in traffic, one of the things that helps me is at least I'm moving forward. It may be 1 mile an hour, but you know what? I focus on the forward movement. And it keeps me out of, oh, I should be traveling faster. I'm going to be late. What is the problem here? How far does this traffic go? What can I do to get out of it? So this is for you. Focus on the forward movement. And then think about there's something with creating a legacy for you, Tiffany. So maybe you've dreamed about having a getaway cabin up north for the summer. Universe, show me how this can be possible. So with anything, it's this inhibition, right? Being uninhibited. And it's about releasing and clearing any inharmonious relationships. Any inharmonious relationships, not just with people, but with food, with movement. Being more free to move in order to be free more to express yourself. How can this be possible? How can I create this? With health and with money. It's about releasing and clearing all inharmonious relationships, along with many other things. So people, maybe it's food, maybe it's movement or exercise, maybe it's money, maybe it's health. Universe, show me where I can improve on my harmony and where I can express myself in an uninhibited manner in these specific areas. So, thanks, Tiffany. All right, there we go. So Tiffany got the Chariot.
Oh,
yeah. And then we keep track of the cards that come up by show. So Brooke, I'm glad you could get on. Thanks for being here. So Brooke, this is the reward card. I'm always and forever free of the need to save other people. It's okay to help other people. When the time comes, hey, it's okay to save them. If they're in a river, you throw them a life jacket. you throw them a floating donut, right? It's something that they can latch onto without you jumping in. And keep doing what you're doing. And when you actually do go in and help other people, you're not thinking of what you're getting in return. You're not thinking, well, this is a big reward. No, you don't think of that. But are you willing to allow the reward? And really be who you are. There's a reward coming. Are you willing to accept that? And the reward it is money, but it's also like prestige or like being recognized for outstanding performance. And it's noticing the little rewards that the other rewards come. And that's what is so important for you. And are you ready to release and clear the need to reward other people who are not deserving? What do they call that? What do they call that when all the fourth graders run a race and everybody gets a medal? What do they call that?
Participation trophy.
Huh? It's a participation trophy. Brooke, cancel, clear, delete any participation trophies. Only reward people that are deserving of the reward. Because then it makes other people really stretch. Or it makes other people drop off that need to be dropped off, or drop out of the picture. Hope that makes sense. So as you can tell, we're doing things a little differently tonight. I'm pulling the card first, and then I'm seeing which card that applies to. Okay? So Cat's got the Emperor card. All right, Cat. So there's this this is kind of applying. Well, I'm gonna apply it to Brooke as well, and Jeff. Ashley, and it's going to apply to everybody. Shay, but the people I just mentioned is what it jumps out to me in particular. So Kat, any entrainment where you've been taught through lineage or through religion or through society that a woman in any way, shape, or form is less than a man, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that now and play and release all roles? Are you willing to release all roles? Now, this may cause a little ire maybe with some people, but what I mean by this is I've read, so I have clients that are pretty well-known actors, and this one in particular, he played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. He played like Frankenstein. He played like a vampire, and he now will not play any of those roles because he embodied the role so profoundly that it was very mentally disturbing to him, like even after the movie or after the play. So this is your role is changing, Kat, and it's like you stepping up. It's like breaking the glass ceiling. And anywhere, we've all heard of the glass ceiling, where it's invisible. It's like that. It's like the fleas. If you put fleas into a jar and you put a glass cover over it, they hit the cover, they hit the cover, they hit the cover, and then you take the glass cover off, and then they only go as high as the cover because they've learned that they can't jump out because they have hit the ceiling, the glass ceiling, literally before. So this is you're leaping beyond that. This is you taking absolute charge, like taking charge. It's not any. It's like a partnership with Jared. And you coming into more of your power, your awareness of your power. So that's why I likened it to Brooke, and also Jeff, Ashley, Shay, primarily this card. Okay, I'm kind of liking this. Let me know how you like this new format. If it's okay, we'll keep kind of changing it up and maybe use this 2 or 3 times a week. Well, at least maybe once a week. We'll go back to the other format if you like the other one. Okay. All right. We've got so we've got the negativity card, and so I'm gonna, since Jennifer just jumped on, Jennifer Riley, I'm going to anywhere, Jennifer, where you've made it a mission to help negative people be positive, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? This applies to Jeff as well. Going back up to Jeff. Some people want to be negative, Jennifer. And it's been affecting you. Well, it's my mother, or it's my father, or it's my sister, or it's my best friend. You know what? There's a lot of older people that will adopt you. There are a lot of other people out there that can be your best friend. They're not Anywhere where anyone does not appreciate you, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? And be free of, and letting them know. And I read this last night, and I'm going to read it again because it's one of my favorite things now. Distance is my new answer to disrespect. I no longer react, I no longer argue, I no longer dive into drama. I simply remove my presence. In no way, shape, or form do you need to be around negativity. Period. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, Jeff, you have a lot of people that want you to play lots of different games. I am sovereign of my own life. I am sovereign of my own life. I am sovereign of my own life. I choose to play what game and with whom. And you're free of playing with cheaters. Universe, show me the cheaters now. So again, this is going back to Jennifer's card with the negativity. And clearing the poor me people in your life. Poor me is a controlled drama where people create gloom, despair, and agony. Their Eeyores, their back hurts, and then their tail's going to fall off. You go, oh, your tail's going to, oh, I'm so sorry. What can we do? Okay. It's free of feeding any poor me. You don't got to play that game. You are a player, but now choose really a higher game. Choose the people you're going to play with. If people aren't doing their job, homie, don't have to play with them anymore. Okay? Period. But this is you, in cutting off the dead weight there, this is you rising like this hot air balloon. Okay. So Ashley, Nicole, when you first learn to drive a car, you probably learned to drive in a parking lot. Were you really angry and upset that your first car was not a Maserati and you could open it up on the freeway at 110 miles an hour? No. Life is about new beginnings. This is the fool child. It's starting over. And be free of beating yourself up every time we start over. Anytime we're doing something new, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate the need for perfection your first time out? Are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate this ideal of perfection? And so, and this is Jared too. This is kind of coming in for Jared, where you're beginning something brand new. You are stretching yourself tremendously. Everyone, Jared is in New York. He's at a Broadway workshop, and he's just doing incredible. Like, but what an incredible experience! Like, what an example for the kids. And you know, you didn't go in there expecting to be the next big Broadway star. You went there for the experience and a new beginning. It was something you've never done before. So huge kudos to you. And so I'm kind of looking at this actually for you with any of us. This is all about us beginning something new. What can I start? Like Kennan's thinking about going to Toastmasters tomorrow, right? And that's something new. It's a stretch, but those are great stretches, right? And or if you want to do yoga, that's a great stretch. If you want to start yoga, that'll stretch you. Anyway, right, Kenan?
Yeah.
Kenan's a certified yoga instructor now. So do something that's going to stretch you. You're doing great at it. In any way, shape, or form that you're beating yourself up, stop. In the name of love. Now I'm channeling the Supremes. Okay, here we go. What's that?
She teaches yoga as well. It's fun. Ashley does.
Oh, Ashley, Nicole, you teach yoga? Okay. All right. So you know what that's like. You know what your first class was like ever in yoga. It's like that. Okay, you're just stretching. You're starting something new, which is fantastic. It's going to be really successful. Stick with it, because if you don't stick with it, then you won't be successful. So stick with it. All right. This is actually kind of fun. I'm actually enjoying this. All right, my dear Marilyn Pitts, here we go. I don't know if this is a garden in your backyard or like a it's like a monument to you and Larry's love. And what I'm seeing is like a really comfortable seating area, or maybe it's like a park bench, but maybe a little more comfortable. Because this is the Lover's card. And this is about your expression. It's important for Larry to hear and to feel and to actually be touched, to feel and hear, I love you. I love you. So I don't know if you're thinking about getting a fountain, but there's like it's like a monument to your love. And I'm not talking about a 20-foot tall statue in your backyard, but I'm talking about this. We can assume people know that we love them, but please never assume that. This is about being uninhibited with your expression. And I'm talking to everybody on the phone. You know, when I'm talking to people on the phone, I tell them I love them before I hang up, because it's important. And this is, I know this is stretching you, Marilyn, but it's also, it can stretch all of us. Teresa, Jessica, Marilyn, Abby, Shay, JC, all of you on the show. This is about who can you tell that you love? Absolutely doing this. It will help, it will open up the energy. It will open up your throat chakra. It will open up the heart chakra. That's what's important here with the heart chakra. It heals any damage that's been done in that heart chakra area. Free of expectation that they say I love you back, because they're probably going to be in shock if you tell them that. They won't be able to answer you back right away. Okay, they're like, oh, but that's for you. That is your expressing of your love, and it's even expressing love to those that have crossed over. It's to your sister, right? It's to your parents. And even though people feel it on a vibratory level, even your children, saying, I love you. And I'm not talking about over the phone. You can just do it in your kitchen while you're preparing dinner. Send, I love you. I love you. It doesn't mean you love their behaviors. It doesn't mean you love their belief systems. It doesn't. No, I love you. Woo, that was a powerful one. Thank you. Okay, my dear Marilyn Maddox. Creativity and sensuality come from the same place. It comes from the group card, which was the sensuality card, the sacral portal. The so Abby, focus on telling Marilyn what it is you love about her artwork, her stained glass, the way that she speaks, the way that she delivers her messages. Because any tape, Marilyn, that you've been playing around, I really liked what I was wearing, but it was really humid and my hair was awful. Can we not talk about your hair? Can we just focus on your dress, what you were wearing in front of the group while you were speaking? It's like building on that without All right, here we go. I release and clear, destroy and uncreate all disappointment in my life. I release and clear, destroy and uncreate all words and actions of people that expressed their disappointment in me. I'm free of taking on other people. Oh, there it is. I'm free of taking on other people's disappointment. Period. That'll help erase any of that tape. I release and clear, destroy and uncreate all projected disappointment of others. That was awesome. Okay, my dear Abby. I knew this card was for you before I even pulled it. I kind of reverted back to the old way. But I kind of knew immediately this was for you. Harvest card. Um, I'm going to go back to like our ancestors. And in the spring, they plow the field, they fertilize it, they water it, whatever, and then they plant it, and then they leave it. And they allow nature to create the harvest. Anywhere where, Abby, you've taken on all of the responsibility to do all of the work and create the harvest, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that? Anywhere, I'm always and forever free of being over responsible. I'm always and forever free of being overly responsible. And I always and forever allow others to help me. I love you, Abby. I always and forever allow others to help me. So I'm going to put this out to everyone on the show. Are you willing to allow others to help you? Or do you want to go to a state dinner with melted chocolate ice cream stuck to your face from the ice cream bar that you had before you went to the state dinner? Or do you allow someone to tell you, hey, before you go into this state dinner, you might want to check the restroom out, look in the mirror, and take that chocolate sauce off your face? It's allowing this kind help. It's allowing it for you, Abby. Okay. All right, Shay. The world is not as you think it is. So, Shay, this is about the world falling apart, or the world as you know it, but it has to in order to restructure. So Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, and then I heard he had a great fall, and everybody tried to put him together again, and so they couldn't do it, so they made an omelet. Anyway, this is where that restructuring comes in. It's when things fall apart, they actually need to for you. But this is the Priestess card. And it's simply restructuring into something that you couldn't even imagine. Like, who knew that delicious egg was in Humpty Dumpty? Or that you could create an incredible omelet from that. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like there's something really good coming from what you've perceived as things not working out. Are you willing to look past any limited thinking? This is an expansion. This is a priestess. This is a priestess view of being able to see a higher situation. Okay. Okay. So Preserver, So Teresa, can we go up a little bit on the list? So Teresa, there's something for your kids and grandkids. It's your writing. Bach and Beethoven are really important for you. Listening to Beethoven, listening to Bach. There's something about, and you can read about this in the research they've done and how it affects the brain. And anywhere it's releasing, clearing, destroying, and creating any comparison to what you do or how you view the world, free of comparing it to how others have viewed the world or others have written, or this is you being able to create your own baby. I remember this interview with Emily Blunt, the actress, when she had her first baby, and the nurse walks in and she goes, "Oh, you got a beautiful baby." And Emily Blunt says, "Oh, thank you, but you must say that to all the mothers." She goes, I don't either. She goes, "If that baby's ugly, I just tell that mother, 'Oh, you had a baby.'" I love that story because you can't compare children, and especially when it's in the infant stage. Probably the ugliest babies that were ever born became supermodels. You just don't know. So you can't compare your child with any other child, right? This is your new birth. This is your new venture, but you're really, really a good writer. But it's preserving this for your kids and your grandkids. There's these stories are important, and they don't have to be a 500-page novel. They don't have to be War and Peace. They can actually be very short stories, like Reader's Digest. Remember those? I think they still do them. I don't know. All right. And then we've got, all right. All right, my dear Lana. So the Death card is about your vision becoming clearer behind the veil. So this I gotta show you guys this picture because this will help you understand, Lana. So this is from my niece Edna, and she sent me this picture. I don't know if you can see it, but these were people that really have a connection with Sasquatch. Okay, and so they were talking to Sasquatch, and I don't know if you can see this, but over the fire, an actual Sasquatch appeared. Edna says he looked more like a lemur, but I have nothing to compare that to. I've never seen a Sasquatch, so I don't doubt that they exist. But it does, if you look at it, it looks. So you're moving out of the non-linear thinking, being free of what other people think or what you're becoming aware of. And I'm glad you're on here, because this is applying to everybody on the show tonight. This is where people begin to have more out of the ordinary experiences, these synchronicities, and these abilities are to help you understand that it's not that death isn't the end. It's absolutely not the end. Okay. And then, Jared, we've got equanimity. This is a diamond reward. This is more balance coming into your life. Being free of forcing it. You know what it's like when you force your voice, like you're a singer. You know what that's like. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is equanimity. It's allowing. It's not just about your voice. It's about your life becoming more and more in balance. More and more balanced. We'll put it that way. This is about you behaving as you are, not as you think others want you to behave or how you should behave. This is you being absolutely you. And releasing, clearing, destroying any anger around these projections from your family, or any anger toward yourself, and always and forever free of meeting other people's expectations. That's bringing more equanimity in your life. Okay. Can we roll up a little bit?
Yeah, that's the last person who's done it.
Marilyn, Jessica, Marie.
Yeah, a new person too.
What's that?
There's a new person.
Oh, Laura Seigert is new too. Well, thank you. Welcome, everyone. So we've got Jessica, JC, Heather, Chris Yamano, and Laura. Okay, here we go. So Laura, this is the dissipation of structure. Thank you for being here, by the way. I don't know, when I was like 4 or 5, our house burned down. And it was a big, devastating loss. But within a few weeks, we had an apartment, then we had a new house, then we had another new house, then we had another new house, and it just goes on. But even that dissipation of structure, that house burning down, I'm not saying your house is going to burn down. I'm not saying that. I'm just using this as a metaphor, where things, like we talked earlier about things falling apart, they seemingly fall apart, but they have to. They have to, for you to jump in to create something new. The old has to completely fall away. Whether it's a marriage, a job, it's to create something new for you. And there's something here I wrote down earlier that I'll share with you. It's about hope. Anywhere, Laura, that hope keeps you in the loopity-loo. Some counselors call it the slot machine mentality. Oh, I hope I'm going to win. 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 Are you willing to release and clear, destroy, and uncreate hope? Because that actually keeps you out of, hope is in the future. It keeps you out of creating it now. How you want your life to be, allowing things to fall away. That it's like having dishes and you break a plate and you go, oh my God, I broke a plate, and you try to glue it together when you've got 10 more plates in the cupboard. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It's there to create something new. Whew, that was good. Okay. We got, okay. Hey, Jessica, you're really smart. Jessica Marie, you're really smart. But are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate the need to figure things out? Because it locks you into how you think it has to be. And then when it doesn't work out that way, it causes disappointment. This is the logic card. We're taught to figure things out. Then it's like, you know that expression, let go, let God, but I still want to drive? It's like anywhere where there's any imbalance in your life around for you right now, trying to figure it out is like that squirrel wheel. Be free of figuring it out. Trust your intuition. You've got really good intuition. Give that more credit. Imagination is more important than knowledge, which Einstein said. This is feel it out. How does it feel to you? Okay. So we've got JC, Heather, and Chris, right? So this is kind of dealing with the previous card, which was the logic card. This is the narrowness card, JC. Universe, show me now how I can expand my understanding. So a few months ago, I read for this girl who really, really wanted to get into college. This certain college. I think it was USC, University of Southern California. I said, oh, you're going to get into it. This was on Tuesday. On Friday, she called me and she goes, oh, I got rejected. I went, okay. Now, I could have used that going, what kind of psychic am I? Like, I was wrong. And got all bent out of shape. I'm like, okay. And I just expanded it. Like it was free of making it about me. I said, you know what? I just relayed the message. Well, 2 months later, they accepted her. I'm just kind of laughing. But I could have beat myself up and been all like, well, what if I'm... What? These are all just messages coming through. So anywhere where you have restricted yourself. So this is about the being uninhibited. Are you willing to be more uninhibited and go for what it is you want without judgment or fear of judgment about what other people think or what is right or wrong? I was part of a religion that had books on only the best, only the correct, only the God approved sex positions. Really. I mean, it was that invasive. It was that invasive. So this is about release, clear, destroy, and uncreate all of that. Okay. We got Heather and Chris, right? Okay. So all right, Heather. We kind of got a theme going here. We got the logic, we've got the narrowness, and then this is the oppression. Anywhere, Heather, where you've taken on where you need to fix people or fix situations, or it's up to you to fix the situation, are you willing to release, clear, destroy, and uncreate? This comes from your childhood, where you're free of the need to make it better for your family. Let them make it better for themselves. It's like you work for 2 days preparing a dish and you take it over to your family and they don't even say thank you. It's like this insidious oppressiveness, withholding. Anywhere where you have been, anywhere where are you willing to create, are you willing to destroy any withholding in your life? Wow, that's a really... This is allowing you to express yourself, to be more free, to be more uninhibited. And my mom used to say, give a rat's ass about what other people do or don't do, or express or don't express. You could care less. This is moving on and breaking free of that type of withholding. Withholding love. I'm only going to love you if you, I don't know, wear a red scarf. I'm only going to, it's all these, it's that conditional. Anywhere where you've had conditional love, conditional approval, release, clear, destroy, and uncreate that. This is a real powerful one. Okay. All right, we've got Chris left.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay, here we go, Chris. Thank you all, by the way, for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Give us some feedback, how you like the show. We love hearing about that. Okay, my dear Chris. So I tell this with two women are walking home from the movies. One wants to take a shortcut through a dark alley. The other woman goes, no, we really shouldn't. Her gut's telling her not to do it. The other woman overpowers her, walks her down the alley, and they get mugged. My point is, trust your gut over other people's logic. This is your intuition, Chris, growing exponentially. Trust it, please. Um, it's like your dad's around. And it's like he's going, oh, I could have had a V8. In other words, you know that commercial about people drinking tomato juice and they slap their forehead and go, oh, I could have had a V8. It's a commercial. You have, this is, he's guiding now and encouraging you. I don't quite understand this, but to allow you to create, to take the V8 road, to not go down the road of the conventional way of doing things. This is guiding you to step outside of what has been taught as conventional and go the sensor route. It's like trusting your senses, and your senses are heightening. You're going to get used to them being at a higher level. Okay, do we have everybody? Hey, give me some feedback. How this has gone with you. Thank you all, by the way, for your contributions. It helps keep the show going. We're going to do this again Wednesday night, and let me know. Please give us some feedback through Messenger, texting. We'd love to hear about how are things going for you. All right. Love you all. Have a great night.